Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Merkovich with Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and we're bringing you a preview of the Big East game of the year. The winner will take the crown of the Big East and probably definitely a BCS berth here. Last year, Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh 28-21 at home. This year, Tony Pike, if it wasn't for his injury, he'd probably be in Heisman talk right here. He leads the number 4 ranked offense in the nation. You know his favorite target, and I'm sure all of you do. It's Marty Gilliard. What are your keys to victory for the Bearcats? Brian Kelly, you know, a lot of rumors circulating that Brian Kelly, the hot candidate for Notre Dame and other hot coaching jobs. Will that be a distraction or not? What are your keys to victory?
Well, we all know that Cincinnati's offense is what it lays its hats on. But you look at the defensive matchup, they cannot allow freshman running back Dion Lewis to get loose. Because if Pitt is able to run the football, they're going to slaughter Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. So they can't allow that to happen. Second, the secondary can't have middle lapses this week because they do have some talented receivers at Pitt. And if Pitt has balance, play action is going to work. They're going to be able to hit those receivers intermediate to deep down the field. So they cannot. Defense is important in this game. Those are the keys to victory. Is the defense ready to step up and win this? Because you look at teams that ran the football, UConn. You look at another team that was able to have success run the football, Fresno State. These guys have to be able to stop the run. Otherwise, it's going to be a close game, and Pitt, playing at home, may have an advantage.
Well, all year long, they've been pretty good against the run, 3.5 yards per carry. But you know what Pitt's going to try to do. They're going to run Dion Lewis and Ray Graham behind that underrated offensive line, led by a guy named Joe Thomas and company. They average 183 yards per game on the ground. You know they want to take that pressure off Bill Stoll, even though he's got the targets. What are your keys to victory for the Panthers here?
Well, those two top wide receivers, you look at Dorian Dickerson, they have to, he and
Jonathan Baldwin
has to have big games. They should be able to make some plays in the secondary. That has to be key. Second, they have to stay ahead of the chains. Because the way you stop an explosive offense is to keep that offense off the field. So that is important that they get the running game going and those receivers catch those passes coming off play action or in the early parts of the downs. So that way they can keep Cincinnati off the field offensively. I like Pitt in this game. I think Pitt is going to be able to run the football and slow this game down. Pitt has a really good defense. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati's defense has been opportunistic, but I like Pitt's defense is a real tough defense.
Yeah, Wannstedt will have the formula to win because he's got guys like Greg Romy as a defensive end who's a beast, Gus Moustakis, Mick Williams who has 15 tackles for loss, and I think they're going to get to Tony Pike because they can't let him sit back there, so they're going to go after him, and I think they could run the ball on Cincinnati. So I am liking Pitt here. Dion Lewis, Ray Graham, the difference. I'm taking the Panthers to reach the Orange Bowl. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NCAA.